Welcome to Chicago Bears 360, keeping it a buck with Coach T.
Contra.
Life like chess, move to pieces, you know I roll in silence. On the road to them Benjis, I fill my teeth with diamonds. I'm high as fuck in the sky, you would've thought I'm pilot. I'm from Chicago, it get ugly, fill the streets with violence. Life like chess, move to pieces, you know I roll in silence.
Past, present, future. We bear down.
These are going to be some of the keys to Nagy and Justin having some success on Sunday versus Cleveland. If you notice, and if you remember, I've been calling for additional men in protection, 6 and 7 man protection all season long. I think Nagy's sweet spot is 6 man protection. So here in this play against Cincinnati, you see Justin. Let's count the men in protection, and then he adds some action in. Let's play it. Snap of the ball. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, and then you have this kind of forward motion here, and then you have a light play action. And play action actually acts as an additional protector because it occupies the linebackers here. So you're gonna occupy some linebackers, right? So because their responsibility first is to play run, so it acts as an additional blocker sometimes in protection schemes. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 6 man protection. And then the running back through play action, acting as an additional protector. And again, this is going to be key to Justin's success. I think at a minimum on deep passes, especially, he needs at a minimum 6 man protection to give himself some additional time to read coverages. So let's clear this up, play this out. See how much time he has. In this case, he had time to sit back and actually read a book. You got 2 men here, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 man protection, right? Look how much time that Justin has. Step up in the pocket, deliver a strike. I thought that play actually was pass interference. The cornerback got there early, but this is the exact kind of stuff that Nagy needs to scheme up. And I believe he's actually been getting better with his protection since the preseason in order for him and Justin to have success on Sunday. So another thing I'm looking forward to on Sunday versus Cleveland to see how Nagy's concept, his zone reads or his RPO concepts, how much he implements those in Justin's success or in the game plan for Justin to be successful. So the zone read is simply you're going to have the linemen basically making their zone step Z to step towards the right. They're blocking the zone. The idea is they're reading the defensive end. Justin's reading his defensive end right here. And the running back is stepping towards strong side zone, so he's stepping with the zone, and the read again is the defensive end there in yellow, right? Now, Justin, of course, has the option to keep, but throughout this game, he has the option to keep and get here. Now, but throughout this game, I want to see Nagy expand on Justin to give him true RPO, right? And what that looks like is he needs some passing options, right? He needs some passing options. So he needs this guy here on some kind of shallow cross, depending on the coverage, and we can count the bodies on the defensive end to see what we possibly can have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there's probably a single high safety. He may be maybe even to get some kind of, I know they hate to hear this, but he might be able to get some curl, or he may be able to take a shot down there, but some kind of run pass option off of the zone read. I'm looking forward to see how Nagy expands on this concept here. So let's clear this out and play it out here. And you can see Justin has all this field right here to get open. Get some yardage. I want to see how Nagy responds to that and adds to it.
And a flag down in the backfield.
Again, this is Justin's third play for the line of scrimmage. I think this is what we're going to see a lot of on Sunday versus Cleveland. Again, same concept. Zone read, lineman stepping towards their outside zone, back following. Justin read the defensive end here, right? So again, the option is, and the assignment is, if the defensive end crashes down, Justin's supposed to fake the give and keep and go around here, right? But again, if you watch the game tape in full from Sunday, Nagy did not draw any concepts or he didn't have a counter for the zone read. He didn't he didn't apply any RPOs in there. So the run pass option. So what I'm looking forward to on Sunday is the pass options for Justin off of this play here, right? Post and a 9 route, maybe something like that. Something like that to give Justin the third option. And because it's the whole idea when you draft the plays is you have to have a counter for what you do. So yeah, zone read creates a conflict right here, the give or the keep, but also you want another conflict. You want another go-to in this play. Let's clear this up and see what the result is. I think Justin gives it here. Again, all this real estate right here. You got a guy that can block here. You got a guy that can block here. Creates a conflict. So if these guys lock in on their block, this man has to be a stud. This man has to come up. He has to be a stud one-on-one with Justin Fields in the open field. I like our chances every time. Let's let this play out a little bit. You see, if you keep looking downfield, you see what's happening on the backside right here. Right? This guy would be, the safety would be the guy that would kind of float to Justin, but it's still, the numbers are still good. The numbers are still good. I still like the chances. I still like our chances because you got 1, 2, right? You got 2 on 2. And then you have the other guy. I like our chances on that play. Run pass option. So one of the new pet peeves I have is when people use the word scheme, right? And to me as a coach, when I think about scheme, I'm thinking about showing plays throughout the season to set up plays for later on in the season, right? So in this case, this is the 4th, I think, zone read play that Justin runs. This is his 4th or 5th play from the line of scrimmage. I believe it's his 5th play, but this is his 4th zone read play, right? And I believe Cleveland are actually watching this tape, and Nagy may know it, right? He may know, because this is the 4th zone read play. Again, lineman step into strong side zone, right? Running back flowing with it. We're reading this defensive end here on deciding when either to give or to keep, right? And I think what's going to happen this week is we're going to see a lot of RPO games. Justin is going to have the option to come to this guy or this guy off of this play right here, or even the slot. And it's going to be primarily, the easy read is going to be primarily this guy here, right? Because the other read for the pass is this linebacker here. If he crashes in to respond to the give, it's an easy completion back here on this side. It's an easy completion. You have an open field. So again, let's see how this plays out and see if that space is available. We're looking for an opening back here behind the linebacker, and because he's responding to the zone read action. And again, this serves as kind of a play action play, right? So we're looking for some kind of open space right here, and this will let Nagy know, yeah, the RPO is there. But again, when I talk scheme, when you talk about scheme, I'm thinking he's just showing this to set up for the next week's game, right? He didn't call any passes, any RPOs off of this game. So this may be a setup for the Cleveland game, but let's see how it plays out and see if that zone is available. Again, let's see if this zone is available back here after the linebacker vacates. So again, if they respond to the motion, then the RPO is going to look like this. This guy, even though he's locked up in man coverage, he can do some kind of quick post, or he can just do a straight slant. Beat his man off the line of scrimmage and get there to that zone right there. So here we go. This is the 6th play. 6th play again. Again, Cleveland is watching this week. This is the 6th play. Justin has only had 1 true drop back. This is the 6th play with his zone read concept. Again, I think the scheme is to set up the run give, the read option, because this is the 6th play without a pass RPO, a pass option off of this zone read. So by now you should know what the concept is, right? These guys are moving here, running back moving here. Again, you should be able to draft up a zone read play yourself by now. Who are we reading? That's right, this guy. And Justin has the option to give or to keep. Which way is he going out if he keeps? You're right, he's going this way. So again, what we're expecting to see this week is, and what Nagy will be scouting during the game, or whether the other coaches will be looking at for Nagy during the game, is how do these linebackers here, sorry, let me take that off. How does this linebacker here respond to the motion? How does he respond to the give motion, right? The action there. If he's crashing down, if that linebacker there is crashing down, if he's coming in here hard to respond, because he has to fill his gap. If he's crashing hard, then expect to see the RPO. Expect to see a quick pass on there. So again, none of the plays I reviewed did I see Nagy or Justin actually throw the RPO or throw the pass off of this zone read. So there's really 3 plays or 3 options in one. This is another one. Let's see how it plays out. I believe he gave it.
With the injury, Justin Fields will carry the rest of the way, at least in this.
Again, at some point you have to keep the defensive honest, or else these guys are going to start crashing. Or again, the scheme, air quotes, may be, hey, they don't want to get Justin hurt, so he's going to give it every time, right? You want to give that impression because you're looking forward to throwing the RPO off of this play in the coming weeks. So here we have trips right. This is only the second true pass play, if you will, from the game on Sunday versus Cincinnati, where Justin truly drops back. You have trips right. Again, the key for me, and one of the criticisms I've had in the past of Nagy, is his protection scheme. How many men does he use to protect the pass play? And does this number here, does the number of men here match the wide receiver routes, right? Meaning, by the time Justin hits his back foot, somewhere in here, right? Are these guys breaking? Are these guys breaking, making their break? Are they ready to receive the ball, right? And if it's 5-man protection, again, I'm expecting that zone, the length of those routes, to be somewhere in here. I'm expecting them to break for that ball somewhere around that red line, because he doesn't have all day. It's 5 guys. It's 5 guys against, it's these 5 guys against these 4 guys. So, and you have the numbers advantage, but what you have to account for is an additional body, right? So this is why we identified a Mike. We identified a Mike. The Mike's probably going to be this guy right here. And what that's telling the offense is, I'm identifying Mike, because what that's telling the offense is, if somebody blitz, it's probably going to be this guy, right? So they know, hey, you know what I'm saying? Us 5 guys up front have to block these 5 guys right here, right? They know where to step, right? So again, the key for me is on Sunday and going forward in the season is, does Nagy's 5-man protections match the route distance and the length of the route, the wide receiver route? And I'm expecting, again, this ball, these guys should be breaking and be looking for the ball about right here, no further than right here, right? There should be somewhere in this window where Justin has an option to throw the ball. If there is, and he's open, then it's on Justin. Justin is wrong if he's open and there's a route underneath there. If there's not a guy open within that time frame, then it's on Nagy. It's Nagy's concept that needs to be adjusted. So let's see how this plays out.
Action so they can run. Read option.
Now, again, based off of the information things I just talked about, what are Justin's options within the distance that I said? His options are, this is the distance that I said that goes with 5-man protection. You see, he has 2 options. He has this guy and he has this guy. The back foot is out. He's on his back foot. He's hit his back foot. He has to hit this guy right here. He has to hit one of these 2 guys right here. Bottom line. So this is on Justin right here. It's not Nagy's concepts. It's on Justin. He has 2 guys wide open. He has to hit. Let them make a play. These guys are NFL athletes. You have to let them make a play. Let him run and make a guy miss. This guy has a one-on-one. This guy has a one-on-one versus this guy in open field. And this guy will be able to just run and make somebody miss. Justin has to let these guys be athletes, right? So let's see how it plays out. And you can see who is on.
Fields from home. And Fields to the sideline.
See, it's not always about the big play.
4-yard scramble with Williams.
There's a saying in coaching, right? 2 nickels make 1 dime. 2 nickels make a dime. And Justin has to take the nickels, take those 5 yards, and let those guys be athletes and make them look good. Again, this is Justin's 3rd straight drop back again. What am I going to be looking for on Sunday? Again, the same thing. Does the protection numbers, does it count 5-man? Does it match the wide receiver route distance? So if it's 5-man, I want to see those guys breaking from the ball at 5 to 7 yards, right? So 5 to 7, 5 to 10 yards. So somewhere in here, right? I need to see 2 guys open, ready to catch the ball in that area if it's 5-man protection. Now, if it's 6-man protection, say if it's 6-man protection, I'm going to take the 5 guys plus a running back, and that's going to give me 6, right? If it's 6-man protection, I'll give you 5 to 7 more yards. right? And that's catching the ball at that rate. So again, you see how the protection matters because the numbers mean time. The numbers theoretically supposed to mean more time, right? So you have the 5 guys up front. They're responsible for, again, the 4 down linemen, right? And the mic. And the mic. So they have to call out the mic so they know their assignments, right? So I see 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's say for the sake of argument, this is the mic standing up in the middle, right? So they know automatically that those front 5 guys is 5 on 5. That means they have to win. And theoretically, in what concept or what scheme, protection scheme, or protection rules, if you will, what you want to do is always do is give yourself the numbers advantage if you're expecting the route to be long, right? If it's going to be a pretty lengthy route, you have to give yourself the numbers advantage. So you have to have protection rules in place to say this guy stays in this case. This guy stays in to give you an extra body, right? Because you want to win this battle right here. You want 5, 6 versus their 5. You want to win that battle up front. You want to win the numbers game, right? Every time. And this is going to be so key to success on Sunday versus Cleveland. And the running back rules and alignment protections rules have to hold up. Everybody has to be on their job to keep Justin upright. Let's clear this up. Let's see how this play plays out.
3rd down and 5.
So let's count the bodies again to actually stay in the protection scheme. 1, that's the running back. So I'm already counting 6, right? 6-man protection. This has to hold up. This has to hold up. If we have 6-man protection, Jason Peters has to win this battle, right? But also this is on the running back too, because soon as his eyes see that this guy right here is not coming, he has to have his head on the swivel and see which of the other 5 guys he's going to have to help in the protection, right? So as soon as he sees that linebacker there is not coming, who's the mic, then he has to figure out real quick which one of these guys am I going to have to protect on the left or right. And that's a matter of knowing your personnel. That's a matter of knowing your teammates, right? So I'm guessing he was expecting, hey, I shouldn't have to help a future Hall of Famer right here. I shouldn't have to help a future Hall of Famer right here in Jason Peters, right? It might be one of the other guys. But if that's Myles Garrett lined up on the left side, then he's going to have to look here quick. That should be, I don't care who it is, you're going to have to look there quick and help that guy out in this protection, right? So again, let's see the results of the play.
5. Fields to the side.
Kick out. And remember what I said about route combinations, protections and route combinations, right? In the beginning. So 6-man protection, you're expecting to get 10 to 15 yards down the field. You're expecting to get 5, 10. You're expecting to get somewhere in here, right? That's how the protection count matters, right?
3rd down
See
and 5.
you got to see if they hit that. You got to see if they hit that just beyond the 50. If they hit that 10 to 15 yard mark route.
Fields to the
There you
side.
go. Boom. See, just beyond the 50. 10 to 15 yards. That's right for 6-man protection. That's right for 6-man protection. So Nagy is actually doing better. So the next play is Justin's 4th or 5th straight drop back, right? And I can tell you ahead of time, the results of the play was a sack, but let's go off of what we've been discussing as far as protections, right? So let's count the bodies here, right? Let's look at the wide receiver distance. Let's look at the distance the wide receivers are running. The number of bodies versus the number of bodies these guys bring. Let's call this guy the mic and see if we have enough bodies in the protections to protect this play based off the number of receivers, right? So if it's 5-man protection, and I can't clearly see where the line of scrimmage is, I want this ball to be out. There needs to be somebody breaking right here, right? That's for 5 men. There needs somebody to be breaking right there. If it's 6-man protection, I need to see somebody open and breaking just before this line. I drew it a little bit too further down, but I need to be somebody breaking there. So let's see what the protection is, and let's see if it matches the route combination. So immediately, again, the running back is in. You see the running back staying in. So far I'm counting 6, right? The mic. Let's see what happens with the mic here. He's still in pass pro. Uh-oh, but I see we got a problem. We see the wheels coming. So let's see if the numbers match. So they have 5 guys coming. See the wheel backers coming, weak side linebackers coming. So they have 5. So wheel plus that 4 down lineman equals 5. He's coming. So if we were with 5-man protection, it's 5 on 5 so far. But I believe the running back stays in protection. And Damian Williams actually steps to the right spot. If you see his eyes, he's stepping to the inside where the wheel backer is. He's not expecting to have to protect or help a perennial Pro Bowler and Hall of Fame right there in Jason Peters, right? So one of the adjustments that the Chicago Bears probably need to make is I don't know what's going on with Peters over here. Maybe he's getting warmed up, but they may have to start looking at chipping off the left edge. And it might be definitely a consideration this week because, again, that's Myles Garrett this week. So Damian Williams steps to the right spot. He looks to step to the right spot and check in here, right? And sometimes with running backs, they have the option to help and then get out, right? And sometimes you can get overly anxious because you want to get into play and make a play, but he has to be patient, right? Because there was nothing really. I mean, he should have been here. If you get a guy right there, then, and of course the other part of this is Justin has to step up. There's not a lot of room, but if he steps up, perhaps he can make a throw here, a throw there, right? But I want to see Williams stay in. I want to see Williams stay in and help to give us the numbers advantage. Because if he goes out, now again, it's 5 on 5 and we're losing. And you're going to see the results of the play. So we ended up with 5 on 5 and the defense won the chess match here. Because 5 on 5 in the NFL is a win for the defense.
Top of the 49 on first down. Bengals break 5. The pressure gets to the field. So down it goes.
We have to have the numbers advantage.
Hubbard and Hendrickson bet.
That's the wise, Nagy. That's the wise. So again, we have to win the numbers battle up front this week versus Cleveland. This is Justin's, I believe, 5th or 6th straight drop back, right? So we start the play, and immediately we have 5-man protection, but I believe the mic is coming. So that makes it 5. We know we have an additional man to block because the mic is coming, right? So let's see the numbers we have on our side. We have 5, 6. So we have the numbers advantage. And if you look closely, we have a chip. So we have 6-man protection with a chip. Anytime I see 6-man protection with Nagy, I'm expecting him to either try and make a shot or make get a play downfield. Because 6-man protection means I'm trying to get beyond this 10-yard mark on the play. I'm trying to hit something bigger than 10 yards. So line of scrimmage right here. Line of scrimmage. That's a bad drawing. It's right there. I'm actually trying to hit something beyond this mark right here, right? So it's a matter, again, players have to execute. Players have to execute. You got 6 and a chip. You got 6 and a chip. This is actually, to all my coaches in the stand, this is actually schemed correctly. Because 6-man protection, I'm trying to get something downfield. I'm trying to get these guys to get busy, right? I'm trying to get them something, let them eat. So I'm trying to get something downfield, right? You got 6-man protection. So it's really 5-1-6. You got your boy Jimmy Graham doing a chip right here, right? So theoretically, I'm expecting to win this play. And again, it's designed to get something downfield. And from what I can see, we have some kind of route combination where we have a man coming to the flat. Not sure what happens downfield, right? But theoretically, again, I'm expecting, from a pure numbers battle, I'm expecting to win this, right? Because I have the block numbers up front. And at a minimum, if I don't win here, again, let this guy become an athlete. Dump it off. Let him become an athlete and earn his paycheck, right? Well, and of course, what fans get excited about and what's the option is, our guy can get busy and get upfield. Justin can. But what I want to see and what's going to be a sign of, Justin's maturity is seeing how many times he finds guys like this when he's in trouble versus running. So in all, I'm expecting some good things on this Sunday. And this is one of those added features that having a quarterback like Justin Fields gives you because especially in a red zone like this right here where, the distance, the amount of real estate that you have to work with, the windows tighten up and it truly becomes a numbers battle down here, right? So when you have a running quarterback, these 11 guys over here have to account for all 11 on the offensive side in this space. A throwing quarterback, somebody that can't run, kind of gives you a slight disadvantage, especially in the red zone. But I really believe this is where, Nagy and Justin Fields will be able to do some dynamic things because of his legs, right? And it really allows you to, it's a disadvantage for the defense because they have to they have to play zone because they have to keep eyes on Justin Fields, or else he's gonna, if they're in man, they're running, chasing wide receivers, and they have their back turned, he's gonna be able to get busy like he does in this play right here. I'm not sure if they're in man or zone here. Let me see. Counting bodies: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Single high safety. So again, for they got a single high safety. The guess then would be some kind of odd number coverage, either 0, 1, or 3. Right. Single high safety though. And if they put any kind of motion in here, we would probably give it away. But I don't think they did a motion. So I'm checking the cornerback's leverage, and then also check how he steps at the snap of the ball, which kind of be an indicator too. See these guys right here. This is an indicator. The coverage too as well, right? That's kind of, even though they have single high safety, I'm gonna guess it's like a cover 3. No, because actually this guy right here steps back into a zone, snap of the ball. So they shift to kind of a too high look, right? So that would put him here, him there. These guys would have the flats. This guy have the middle zone, right? Yeah. So I'm thinking they know what we all know, that hey, we better keep some eyes on Justin, because again, this in the red zone, because this guy could cause problems for us. And if you look, that's exactly what's going on. Everybody has eyes on Justin, but still, if you're just a dynamic athlete, it don't matter. Because if you can see the results of the play, it looks like they're zoning up in the red zone, which is common for coaches to do, because you zone up because the windows are smaller in a short amount of space right here, right? In this case, they have 10 yards plus the 10 yards through the back of the end zone to work with. That's 20 yards they have to work with. They have a shorter window to defend. So a lot of times coaches zone up down here in the red zone to take advantage of those shorter windows. But Justin is just dynamic. And this is something that you're going to see all season that he'll be able to get away with, especially in the red zone. Because of the speed. So look forward to seeing a lot of that guy right there. Yes, Chicago, we got a quarterback. Look forward to seeing a lot of that guy right there, getting to a lot of this right here. Thanks for joining me. This is Chicago Bears 360 with Coach T. Like, share, comment, do what you do with the videos. We're going to keep this thing rolling. Welcome to the channel.